Hey guys, it's Frank here from Altcoin Buzz. Today we're going to be looking at the overall altcoin market compared to Bitcoin. I'm going to show you something very interesting which suggests that the altcoin market and Ethereum still have a lot of room to grow. We're going to look at 4 altcoins which are potentially undervalued. One is the Barcelona token trading on the CHILIZ exchange. One is the Share token. Another is KardiaChain, and finally xDai stake. And before we look at those, I just want to give you an overview of the altcoin market. So the lines that I'm looking at here represent Ethereum dominance, others dominance, which is basically all altcoins, and Bitcoin. So what we're going to do is compare the 2017 bull market to right now. So have a look at what happened in the 2017 bull market. So first of all, what did we see? We saw Bitcoin gain in dominance, right? It went from 40% dominance all the way to 60% dominance. And right after that, we saw this massive altcoin boom, where the others altcoins went from 18.84, actually it was a little bit lower, 15.89%, all the way to 40.69%, right? And now look what's happened. We had this Bitcoin boom. Bitcoin was gaining dominance. It went up to 55%. It went all the way up to 68%, and don't forget 68% is exactly where we were at this peak when the altcoin started booming. And then what happened when it reached 68%? Bam, the altcoins started moving. So here you can see at this point when Bitcoin was at its peak dominance, the others represented 16 and Ethereum represented 7, right? So now we bring this over here and you can see 16 has gone all the way up to 25 and Ethereum has gone all the way up to 12.3. Now what's exciting about this is if you look at the history, the others reached a total percentage of 40.69%, right? And right now we are just at 25%. So that means that there's great potential for the others. In other words, a lot of low cap coins, in addition to, of course, the larger cap altcoins, to really gain dominance. And of course, even Ethereum has a long way to go to reach the dominance that it had before. And with the whole DeFi boom, all the usage in Ethereum, you know, there's a reason that Ethereum transaction fees are high. It's because everyone's using it. So it's pretty exciting, and I honestly think that this altcoin has room to grow. And that's why I personally invested a much larger percentage of my portfolio now, especially in low cap coins, than I would have at any other time.
If you enjoy this content and want to see more of it, don't forget to subscribe, like, and hit that notification button, as it really helps to support the channel. Before I get started, I just want to let you know that I am not a financial advisor and that trading and investing presents financial risks. Okay, so now let's have a look at these 4 coins which are potentially undervalued, which have pumped and which have now dipped, or in some cases dipped a lot. The first is the Barcelona token. Now this leaves a bit of a sour taste in my mouth. It's currently worth $3.98 or 237 CHILIZ. The Barcelona token enables you to get exclusive merchandise or exclusive events which you can attend relating to Barcelona or meeting the team. And of course, you can vote on different decisions which the team might make. Now, although the Barcelona token represents the Barcelona team, which is much more well known than Juventus or Paris Saint-Germain or Galatasaray, it is actually one of the cheapest tokens here. And the Barcelona token chart does not look great, I have to admit. So as you can see, we had a big pump when it first came out, this massive wick. And you know, if you would have bought it pretty much any time, you would be in a loss right now. And I have to admit, I got in a little bit on the FTO or the fan token offering, and then I bought more when we corrected to the 500 level, and I capitulated at 320. I did make a loss on this, so I'm not too happy about that. But that being said, we want to look more at the fundamentals of this token. So one of the reasons why Barcelona token may have dropped so much, well, there's a couple of reasons. One is that the Barcelona team are not doing as much. They're not as active on the Socios app as, for example, Juventus. And that might explain why the Juventus token has actually increased more in value. The Juventus token is currently at $10 or at 562 CHILIZ. And as you can see, we have had a much more stable chart. Ever since the FTO, we had this big pump, we had a correction, and now we've been consolidating for a while. So this looks like a much healthier chart, to be perfectly honest. And in case you're wondering why the Barcelona token dipped recently, it might be because Barcelona lost 8-2 against Bayern Munich just a few days ago, last week. And of course, the Barcelona president, Josep Bartomeu, has confirmed the sacking of the head coach following the club's humiliation in the Champions League to Bayern Munich. So it's quite possible that the performance of FC Barcelona is somewhat contributing to the dump in price. That being said, of course, we've been steadily decreasing in price for a while now. So is this a good buy? Well, there's a couple of things which could make it a good buy. If the Barcelona team start using the Socios app more, this could increase the value of the BAR token. Secondly, if the team start winning, if you start seeing some more bullish news about Barcelona itself, I mean, when I say bullish, I mean positive news, of course, then that might also increase the value. And finally, of course, if we ever get out of this COVID thing, well, I'm sure it'll happen at some point, when the teams start playing again in live matches and you have a lot more excitement around football and people being able to attend these live matches, this will inevitably create more interest and excitement for these sports team tokens. So again, I sold my Barcelona tokens. I wouldn't be surprised if this pumps. I'm personally not in this right now. I'm more interested in the sort of pure crypto plays, but I know that a few people on our team have these tokens. Now, the next coin which I'm really interested in, and I think is potentially the most undervalued right now out of all of these four, is Share token. So Share token, first of all, in terms of the chart, this looks like a very healthy, solid pullback. So of course we had this absolute monster pump up, and you know, a very exponential move like this, you kind of require a controlled pullback. And the pullback, although it's been quite a heavy pullback, as you can see, we've had a 47% decrease in price since the high, which was at $0.051. The pullback wasn't like excessively violent. You know, we did have some up and down movement, and that's really what you want to see in a pullback. You want to see it be somewhat controlled. And now you basically have a 47.7% discount on the Share token, currently trading at $0.027. And you know, just as a reminder, this coin went absolutely nuts between 14th of July. It went from 0.007 cents all the way to 0.05 cents. So about a 7x or so just from that point alone. And you know, I wouldn't be surprised if we see some similar movement after this retracement. Now, what is ShareRing? So the awesome thing about ShareRing is that they have big goals, right? You really want to get into cryptos which have a big vision. They're not like solving one little problem, but they really have large overarching goals. So first of all, you have the ShareRing app. And here they say, imagine stepping off the plane and knowing all your travel needs can be securely booked and managed from your phone. No more juggling, handing over passports, travel documents, or bank cards. That sounds awesome to me. If you could do everything with one app. Then, of course, you have the ShareRing shop, where you can buy or sell anything with ShareRing's multi-merchant department platform, fulfilling businesses with a service that is easy to access while providing same-day delivery to customers within 5 kilometers of their shop. Then, of course, you have the ShareRing ID. This is something which interests me personally. I would love to have my ID connected on the blockchain. So the ShareRing's flagship self-sovereign identity product, the time is now for a secure, manageable, and decentralized identity management system. And then, of course, you have ShareRing Pay, Share Ledger, and then the Share token. Now, I'm not going to go over all the details of Share. I would rather go at the recent news, which shows that this might be undervalued. So what you want to see is constant developments and things going on. And in terms of ShareRing, if you look at their Twitter, first of all, they're going to have an AMA on Saturday, August 22nd with the real Tim Boss, which is the CEO of ShareRing. Then, of course, recently, just the 16th of August, they hired a new communications manager. So it's great to have someone who has, you know, good marketing experience. And he also has blockchain experience, so this is also great. And apparently, Timothy has helped at least 3 blockchain startups increase their user base over 3,600%. And then again, just a few days ago, this tweet here by Timothy Boss, BEP2 and ERC20 transfers into the new SHR wallet. Easy and instant. SharePay wallet top-ups are fast and easy too. Staking with the masternodes will be added soon. So there's development going on, there's things happening, and then of course, most recently, they talk about as we prepare for the imminent ShareRing shop expansion into Thailand in Q3, we have released an exciting update on our successful pilot in Southeast Melbourne. You guys can check this out, I read it. It seems like all good news, and we are also in communication with the team, and there's some reason to believe that they might have some big announcements coming up in the next few weeks. So I've got ShareRing. I actually got a fair bit down here in the middle of July. I sold a little bit at the top. Actually, I sold quite a lot of it, to be honest. And now I've got about half the stack that I had at that time, but I'm thinking of adding more to my stack.
Okay, so we have 2 more coins to cover, and the third one is KardiaChain. So have a look at the KardiaChain chart first of all. If you ask me, this looks like a really nice pullback opportunity. As you can see on this daily chart, we have touched this purple line, which represents the 13 EMA, several times here between 27th and July and 3rd of August. We rejected from this line several times, basically grinding along it. Then we had a big pump over here. You can see that when we came out of it, we went first of all for a 46% move up, then we retraced. We went 133% move up, then retraced, and then of course we made this massive move, 308%. And now we have just touched this line again. So again, zooming into this chart, you can see that we've never been below the 13 EMA, and we have just bounced from it on the daily. That, in addition to the fact that we have had a full 36% retracement over the past few days, which looks fairly controlled. It hasn't just been a sort of explosive move down as we saw for Chainlink recently. Remember I said that that 4-hour chart for Chainlink looked pretty bearish, and we saw further continuation from there. This has seen a few bars here which have had a lot of up and downwards movement without any sort of explosive power, certainly no volume pushing us down very hard. So this seems like a pretty decent level to buy KardiaChain at. Now, if we don't hold this level, the next major level of support will be the previous high down here at the 0.027. And of course, this will match up with the 21-day EMA. So the way I see it, this is a potential buy opportunity. But then, of course, we do have the potential of falling 15% to the next support. But really what you want to be thinking is, what is the next potential target? So if we just do a basic MMO or a measured move objective from the previous wave and assume that we're going to correct over here, you can see that we could reach $0.06. And if you look at this move up, that would represent a 90% gain. So this is definitely a good level to buy. And honestly, I would love to buy more alts right now. I've got so many alts and I'm just kind of moving money around, seeing if there's any way I can buy more. Because really, I think there's a big opportunity here. Of course, it's a big risk, and I'm prepared to lose money, and you have to be prepared to lose money if you want to make money, especially if you want to make these massive gains. So yeah, basically, this looks like a pretty decent level to buy, and if not, then the next level would be the 0.027. Now, in terms of the roadmap for KardiaChain, in Q3, we have the Kardia Master Wallet launching, the Youth Union Incentive DApp, rollout in District 5 in Ho Chi Minh City. So KardiaChain is very involved right now with Vietnam and Southeast Asia. They have several partners there. And then in Q4, they have the mobile payment channel, which rolls out in Vietnam, and the esports incentive product launch and KardiaChain Mainnet 1.0. So definitely some things to look forward to over the coming months. And I like this description of what KardiaChain does. So first of all, they are the world's first fully interoperable and non-invasive blockchain platform. Our aim is to bring hundreds of millions of people into blockchain, starting with our local market like Vietnam and Southeast Asia. Our approach is to partner with existing service providers, enterprises, and governments, help them transform their centralized products and services. This approach allows us to expedite the blockchain mass adoption process in an efficient manner, reducing the need for educating the market, as well as providing more usability as more and more service providers are joining the KardiaChain ecosystem. So yeah, KardiaChain has been one of our top picks, and considering that it has corrected nicely here, you have a 34% discount from the all-time high. You've seen that even with this discount, we've had this massive move up, 7,700%. I wouldn't be surprised if this makes a big move up. It's just $38 million market cap right now. And then finally, of course, we have xDai Stake. Again, another coin which we recommended, of course, before this pump up, which we saw in the 16th of August and the 17th of August. And now again, xDai Stake has retraced. And a lot of people, they FOMO into a coin when it's going up like crazy, but this is the time you want to get in. If you see a solid project, it's shown solid bullish price momentum, and then it corrects, that's the best time to get in. When people are not really talking about it, people have lost excitement, but this is the time when you want to start accumulating. You can see we've had a 40% discount from the all-time high, and also we've seen massive gains even given this discount. xDai Stake is just a $20 million market cap coin, so it really has potential to grow. Now, we've covered the fundamentals of xDai Stake before, but basically it's a payment system. And for example, you know how if you have Ethereum tokens on your wallet, but you don't have Ethereum, then you won't be able to send those tokens anywhere because you need Ethereum to send those tokens. But xDai, they have this system where you can send your tokens to the xDai blockchain, which is a sister blockchain of Ethereum. It runs on an Ethereum virtual machine. And then these wrapped tokens, which represent the tokens that you sent, can then be sent without needing Ethereum. You can just use part of those wrapped tokens. So it can be annoying to send these tokens if you don't have Ethereum. And even if you do have Ethereum, the fees are high and variable. Whereas with xDai, they are stable and cheap. So this is a tech play. They don't have excessive marketing yet, but that's kind of a good thing. You know, they haven't been listed on any major exchanges yet, so you can just imagine what would happen if they do get listed on some big exchanges. And then if we look at the chart in more detail here, you can see that we are at the 618 retracement level, and you can see that we've been consolidating at this level for the past couple of days. So really there's two things that can happen from here. One is that we find support here. This is absolutely the best and cheapest price you will ever get it at, and we push up, have a bullish breakout out of this pullback pattern. Or two is that, of course, we have another dip down, and then, of course, it could get quite brutal if we break this important support that we're at right now and come down to the sort of $6 level, which is the previous high, and the 786 retracement zone. So there's a few ways you can play this. First of all, I personally have bought already more at this level because I think it's a pretty decent level to buy at. Another thing you can do is to wait for this to break bullish. In other words, see a nice bullish candle breaking out of this range, sort of getting to the $9 level almost. And then you can see that we have some bullish momentum pushing us away from this support, and then buy in there, basically a confirmation of the breakout of this pullback formation. And then thirdly, you could also reserve some funds for buying back if we really do have a much bigger pullback down to the 786 retracement level. Alright guys, that's been it from me for today. Let me know what you thought of these coins. Have you bought any? Have you made any profits? In general, I'm curious to hear about your portfolios. Like, what percentage of your portfolios are in low cap coins? For me, I haven't made the exact calculation, but it must be about 40% right now. I have a whole range of low cap coins, and I'm really find it exciting to trade them, to learn about them, and to get the massive gains, of course. So yeah, it's really exciting stuff. I hope you guys are making money out there. And I hope you are learning a lot, keeping yourself informed about the crypto market. And with that being said, guys, I will see you in the next one.